Support WrestleTalk!
Rhea Ripley joins Judgment Day, Ronda Rousey is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, and WWE puts on a main event so good, everybody's forgotten it didn't actually mean anything. I'm Ollie Davis, and this is my review of WWE WrestleMania Backlash in about 10 minutes. Before I get into my thoughts though, please support WrestleTalk and give us a subscribe. We've got daily wrestling news videos, roundups of the week's stories you might have missed, and so much more. Make sure to enable notifications to always on too so you know as soon as our videos go live. Like Randy Andy Datson's news later today. He has bested me. You might have all made fun of the name when they introduced it at the start of the year, but now, just 5 months in, I can firmly say I love premium live events over pay-per-views. Kickoff shows are now completely missable with no actual matches on, meaning the show's actual runtime was under 3 hours at just 2 hours, 53 minutes. Shorter than Avengers Endgame. It's an excellent hack for the majority of viewers enjoying these shows more. First, a 3-hour show will be far more digestible than a 4-hour one, keeping the live crowd hot. And secondly, with only 6 matches on the card, it almost halves WWE's ability to screw everything up with weird booking. The premium live event opened on the Battle of the Red Brand. Monday Night Rollins versus Cody Night Raw. For me, this match was even better than their WrestleMania not Backlash bout. With the story smartly built around that first encounter's surprise nature, Seth couldn't prepare for Cody at Mania, but this time he had every move scouted, which created an excellent back and forth counter wrestling pace, having far more in common with a typical AEW match template than the standard babyface gets worked over for ages WWE format. The final third of the match was pretty much just both guys hitting triangle for the reversal again and again and again, with 2 pedigree teases, an actual pedigree being hit, a disaster kick caught into a Seth buckle bomb, Seth missing a Phoenix splash, a high risk move Rollins only busts out when he's getting desperate, an amazing Seth superplex Falcon Arrow sequence which was countered into a crossroads and Seth's leg on the rope for a near fall. Cody and Seth perfectly told the story of their one-upmanship rivalry with physical action, which is pro wrestling in its purest form. The finish was just as interesting. Despite initially saying how much respect he had for Dusty Rhodes, Seth's ego got the better of him and he went for the bionic elbow. They traded a bunch of finisher attempts. Seth grabbed the tights in a roll-up, but then Cody reversed with a fistful of tights of his own to win, meaning Cody won his second high-profile match in WWE by cheating. Why does everyone end up booing me and my Homelander cosplay? It was a heel move, but it played like a smart babyface getting justified revenge, rather than actually coming across heelish. And for me, Cody works best as a face who flirts with the heel side anyway. This was match of the night, on a night of very good matches. Hopefully it means Cody can move on to something else now with this winning momentum, which could be winning Money in the Bank, as he announced in that premium live events trailer that the briefcase holder could main event WrestleMania, not Backlash. There's always been a possibility of the Money in the Bank briefcase holder main eventing WrestleMania, but it being explicitly said in this promo could reveal WWE's longer term plans. Cody winning the briefcase and then announcing he'll cash it in at the main event of WrestleMania could be why he returned to the company. It works with him chasing the title his father never won, is the best possible advertisement for any other AEW star thinking the grass might be greener, which is to say the grass is made of money, and it gives the briefcase winner a direction and significance it's lacked for nearly a decade. What do you think Cody's long-term WWE plans are? Tell me, long-term WWE plans, what are those? In the comments down below. In the old one for us, one for Vince McMahon card layout, we then got Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Oh god, did I say Omos? I mispronounced it. I mean the Nigerian giant Omos. Mostly thanks to Lashley and MVP, this wasn't terrible, although it went way too long at nearly 10 minutes. Lashley effectively wrestled himself. Omos took a very little Uranagi bump, but MVP hit Bobby with the cane to lead to him losing. This feud will unfortunately continue. Speaking of the great counter wrestling in the opener, for me, Edge is one of the best big match counter wrestlers ever. And it was him cutting off AJ's beginning fire with a big boot on his phenomenal forearm springboard that put Edge in control here. He immediately went to working over AJ's injured shoulder, which has underpinned this feud's build over the last month, and led to Styles' ingenious selling. Rather than showing how much pain his body part is in, but then hitting all the moves anyway, aka the Seth Rollins school of selling, where you go, my knee, but then hit a running dive to the outside anyway, AJ modified his moves to one-arm variants. Modifying moves to one-arm variants, title of your sex tape? I'm saying it would be masturbation. Smartly working around his limitation. The best example was Styles using a powerbomb onto the ropes to get Edge into the Styles Clash position, but then Priest appeared by the old-fashioned walking down the rampway rather than just appearing in purple light, who was taken out by AJ's Bullet Club foot when it's storyline appropriate bestie Finn Balor. AJ went up for a top rope phenomenal forearm, again because his injured arm couldn't manage a springboard, but a hooded figure dragged him off, letting Edge choke Styles out for the win. The hooded figure then bowed a knee to reveal themselves, not as Purple Ciampa as I had fantasy booked in my own head, but a woman. Rhea Ripley joined Judgment Day, making it feel like an actual faction rather than a two-person team or Sheamus's bunch of rowdy lads. Unlike Omos versus Lashley, I'm very much up for this feud continuing. Rather than just the same two guys fighting over and over again, Edge has created a story that keeps adding in new players, totally rejuvenating lost members elsewhere on the roster. And with Hell in a Cell just around the corner, perhaps we'll get a demonic intergender six-man tag too of Edge, Priest and Ripley versus AJ, Finn and Liv Morgan, who has tweeted out a too sweet. Well, that's the end of Sunday Night Raw. Now it's time for Sunday Night SmackDown. In what should have been the main event, given the star power, only title being on the line and eventual championship change, Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair went on third from the top of the card. I can see why. On paper a main event makes sense, but in practice, WWE and both performers were at high risk of this match backfiring. The feud has sucked. It often feels like heel versus heel, and the crowd could have easily just decided to boo Rousey winning the title. Probably not how you want to close the show. They needed only slightly worry in the end. The match was a lot of hardcore fun, and the title change got the desired pop. Sure, the announcer's table was the most over thing in the entire match, but given the story, I class that as a win. Brutal kendo stick fight, tying into Charlotte's infamous heel turn on Ronda in 2018. We want tables. Charlotte lobs a giant TV camera at Ronda. We want tables. Charlotte powerbombs Ronda onto the barricade. We want tables. Ultimately, Charlotte evilly wished Ronda a happy Mother's Day before Rousey reversed her submission into an armbar through a chair. Charlotte quit and Ronda became the new SmackDown Women's Champion. It was later announced Charlotte has a fractured radius, writing her out of the company. Hopefully meaning Ronda can follow this up with a new feud with the most over act in WWE. The Table, apparently. In the freshest feud of the premium live event. So far, Madcap Moss took on slightly miffed Corbin in the bathroom break spot. They worked fine together, and it was fun seeing Corbin had learned a new move, a senton splash. Moss got a technical pin to win, and the main event proved why WrestleMania Backlash is one of the many times a year when Raw and SmackDown superstars go head-to-head in direct competition. Following 10 minutes of entrances, the action still had 25 minutes left. Another benefit of not packing the card with matches. The star power was undeniable here. And the idea of this six-man main eventing a B-level show with the intention of building McIntyre versus Roman for the future is a great idea. The problem was it always felt like a panicked step down as they had the unification stipulation first. That said, this six-man was excellent, mainly telling the story of Reigns refusing to interact with Drew, building to a fiery hockey fight between them. But the real story is, unsurprisingly, how over Randy Orton is. His hot tag got the loudest reaction on the entire show. I love Drew, but the biggest match WWE can do right now is Roman versus Randy. The finish was the typically crazy six-man fun, with everyone hitting their finishers, Roman putting Drew through the announcer's table, and then spearing Riddle for the win. A really fun match with the Bloodline standing supreme. Cool. But what changed? As great as this show was, this was a missed opportunity for Drew or Orton to get a win to set up a much needed serious challenger for Roman. What did you think of WrestleMania? Backlash. Let me know in the comments. We got a new women's champion. Cody overcame Seth and Rhea Ripley joined Edge's faction. These are all great story beats, but really, hardly anything feels like it's progressed since WrestleMania. Backlash was a really fun show, with not a bad match on there. But WWE's main event scene remains a directionless, empty void. WrestleMania Backlash 2022 is 70%. Remember to subscribe as Randy Andy Datson returns to the WrestleTalk news later today. In the meantime, watch Adam Blompier's Backlash review here.
Rhea Ripley has turned heel and joined Judgment Day. I am Adam from WrestleTalk, and what occurred recently at WrestleMania Backlash? Well, WrestleMania Backlash was good. It was good.